NBC News is confirming that a federal grand jury in New York is currently hearing evidence against Sean Diddy Combs. Add to that a 10th lawsuit that was recently filed with some serious allegations. All of this is so serious that Diddy has wiped his entire Instagram. So then why did he go and post this? Diddygate continues here on Popcorned Planet. We got some updates. It's been a while, but I wanted to update you on some of the latest updates regarding Sean Diddy Combs and the trial. Many wondering, well, what's taken so long? And why is Diddy posting this story, which we'll get to in a second. But before we do, let's go back and show you where we stand on things. Now, NBC News has confirmed what we've already reported, that a federal grand jury in New York is hearing evidence, but they have a few little updates that I wanted to give you. Apparently, according to them, Sean Diddy Combs' legal team was notified last week by federal authorities in the Southern District of New York that he is indeed a subject of an ongoing criminal investigation. And we assume that based on the raids. But two sources familiar with Combs' ongoing legal troubles confirmed this to NBC News. Same sources also confirmed that a federal grand jury is hearing evidence as part of the investigation, but that there's no indication that charges are imminent. So they're still taking their time. As I take this and I talked to John Witherspoon, this is clearly all the DOJ trying to make Diddy sweat. They want to just elongate this, get him worried, make him start losing sleep, maybe soften him up when they potentially offer him a deal. A lot of still places this all could go. Spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office declined comment. Combs' lawyers did not respond, but a subject of an investigation is someone who is within the scope of a criminal investigation, according to legal experts. An individual is designated as a target when prosecutors likely intend to seek an indictment from the grand jury against the person. Person's status can be upgraded or downgraded during that investigation. Combs has not received a target letter, sources said, and the Southern District of New York is not required to send one. Now, this has again been 3 months since those raids on his homes, and there's been a lot of reports that he's broke. In fact, he's reportedly selling his LA mansion, the one that was raided by the feds, for $70 million. Weird time to sell. I don't know if that ups the price that it was recently raided or not. Interesting buy, though, to see if there's anything left over in this house after he does. Was there sign of cameras and things? It'd be fascinating, but that's a big price tag to find out. But yeah, he's clearly trying to combat this press by saying, no, I'm not doing bad. I'm doing great. In fact, that's what this story was all about. He boarded his matte black Combs Air private jet amid these reports of this federal investigation. This was literally as that was being reported. And it just seems like he's trying to flaunt his wealth. Watch this.
What up, yo? How you doing? Yeah. No place like home.
Yeah, no place like home. Combs Air. Like, this is an expensive plane. This is not a cheap thing. His private plane here, Combs Air, the staff, he's got a bunch of staff, he's got the fueling. This is him flaunting, I got money. Now, did he just take this story and then turn off the plane and leave and not actually go anywhere? I don't know. We do know that he was seen whitewater rafting amidst the legal troubles. Here again, it seems like he's just flaunting, like, here I am, I'm a badass, I can do what I want. Apparently these rafts typically hold more people, which again implies that he's sort of must have done a private tour with these guides here. It's unclear who these other people are. But there is Sean Diddy Combs. There's some symbolism here for sure. Hard to not see the connection of him running through the white water while, currently facing so many other things. Now, legal experts are saying this is a terrible look. While he's allowed, no one stopped him from moving. A lot of people saying this is not a good look. This is him and his guide, photos from Fox Digital. Diddy's rafting is a bad look, but it's not admissible as evidence, so it won't affect his case. It's more bad PR than anything. Diddy is losing badly in the court of public opinion, saying that, look, this isn't a good look for him. He's just trying to live his life, I guess, is what's happening here. He's spending money, doing all this stuff, going out there and doing these things. And that's what he's, I think, hoping that the world will see. But the reality is you wiped the apology off of line. You're still facing these serious charges. Clearly, we'll know more as it comes. But add to that, on top of everything, a 10th lawsuit. This is nuts. Now, look, this lawsuit's a little odd to me. I got to keep it honest. It's important. I don't just believe every person that comes forward with a story. I got to look into the story. Now, this lawsuit is hard to read here on YouTube. We have it here. But yeah, in fact, it contains a trigger warning. I went through the allegations on this suit, and look, at the end of the day, it does. I believe these things happen, and it paints Diddy in a bad way. But I got to be honest, it doesn't make the plaintiff look that much better. To give you sort of the rundown of what happened in this lawsuit, I need to see more information. But based on the allegation parts that I skimmed through and the allegations she's making, this woman was a adult film star of some films. She claims that those films were never supposed to be released in the States. They were supposed to be hidden internationally. Guys, don't ever agree to such type of films if you don't want them to go public. That's just a safe thing. If you don't want it out there, don't record it. So right up the gate, she's victimizing herself, saying, well, I did this film work, but it wasn't supposed to be seen. Already, it's like a little bit of a red flag, lady. Come on. And then on top of that, she takes a gig as a go-go dancer for Diddy's white parties and acknowledges that the first party or so, nothing really happened. Later on, they find out she's an adult film star. They ask her to do some other acts, illegal acts that you're not supposed to do. She agrees. She does it. She gets paid more money. She's getting paid to be the dancer, but also now getting paid for these additional acts that are bad for both parties. Let's just keep it what it is. This doesn't make Diddy look good, his people, and it certainly doesn't make her look good either, because not only did she accept payment, more payment, she comes back and does it again multiple times. And at no point does it say she was, doing this without consent. Her whole reason is, well, it was tough because my boyfriend at the time was a model for Diddy, and he's the one who helped me get this gig, and if I didn't do it, we would lose our jobs. And sure, there's bad in this, and I will see how this plays out. But I think this is going to be a tough one for her because she agreed to a lot of it. She's there. She's agreeing to do these acts that she shouldn't have. She comes back, does them again. At the end of the day, I don't feel while this is being painted as a lot of things, they're also the term of the trafficking. It's odd to me. I talked to John Witherspoon. He agrees. It's a little bit, it's 114 pages. And again, the accusations aren't that long. And there's a lot of buildup, reminding everybody of all the other previous ones to sort of butter up anybody reading this. And I saw through this right away. I'm like, get to the point. None of this has anything to do with yours. And then says this is the 10th law. So look, this one's a little stranger to me. And look, I always expect when the floodgates open, there's always going to be a few people who jump in there that maybe aren't as bad as the other ones, is what I see this as personally. I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, it still confirms one thing, which is that I do believe Diddy was throwing these parties. And whether this person agreed to, or whether she has a right to sue here and will win damages and be able to prove damages, or whether she was a willing party, all of that will be determined in this lawsuit, and each should have their fair case. But at the end of the day, regardless of that, I do believe he was throwing these types of parties with these types of activities, and that's not okay. This isn't a good environment he's creating for these people, whether they accept it or not. There is definitely an imbalance of power. There's definitely just creating an environment that I guess this is what we're supposed to do. And a lot of people can succumb to that. It's like any cult, even religion sometimes can sort of trick us into doing these things. So look, I'm not trying to say she's lying and everything else. I'm just trying to, I think we just need to start being honest about don't go to a Diddy party. I think don't go to any Hollywood party as a go-go dancer, and don't agree to certain things and be afraid of not getting that work because that's not a type of person you should be working for. Detail, create evidence, start recording it on your phone, whatever you got to do to protect yourself and expose this type of stuff. That's what I believe in. And I don't feel like she was really forced into this world. She just wanted more gigs, wanted more money. And that's the problem. And I hope this case doesn't confuse or deflect from the others personally. We might go through this in the live. It depends how this week plays out. But I see not a lot of people jumping on this one. They're using the headlines of the allegations, but even the term of driving, I got to be careful of my keywords. I'm sorry. I wish we could talk more, but that traffic term, I don't even know if it really plays here. She says, well, yeah, I went from Florida to New York from times, but it wasn't against her will. And so that's where I think that the terms actually, so again, it's a little bit complicated. This case in the 10th may not be as clear cut as some of the other ones, if I'm being honest, but it does add to and confirm the environments that Diddy has created. And again, I don't want to defend this guy in any way. I don't like this guy. It's clear he's done a lot of bad stuff in the past, illegal stuff. And so that's what I hope gets exposed in this. I hope they're speaking to everybody involved. More is clearly coming and still it's all unfolding as we go. So we will keep you updated as we go. Do you want me to break down the full legal doc in a future live? I'd love your thoughts down below. Before we get there, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for alerts. Smash that thumbs up as well. And let me know your thoughts in this case. Are you surprised it's taking this long? Or are you happy to see that they're taking their time, making them sweat, really making sure they have all the evidence? We will keep you tuned on all the updates regarding Diddygate and more, so make sure to stay tuned here on Popcorn Planet.